I am Jumpstart Christina, and today is tofu day. I'm doing a Buddha bowl later, so I need to do my tofu, which I need to marinate. So you're gonna get, normally, okay, it's gonna be extra firm, but in these trying times, it seems my tofu is disappearing. So I got just the firm. Just make sure you get as much water out as you possibly can. And then you're just gonna cut it into cubes. Because we want all the marinade to go into as much as possible. So you can even cut them smaller than that and make them actual cubes like this, or you can leave them a little longer, however you like to eat it, depending on what you're gonna put it in. Since I'm doing a Buddha bowl, just the smaller ones are fine for me. The marinade. Normally, I would do a balsamic marinade, but tonight I'm doing something a little bit different because I want a little bit of spice in my life. So I made previously a chipotle sauce, and this is avocado and about 4 chipotle, a teaspoon of chili powder, and about a ½ teaspoon of smoked or regular paprika. And that's it. If you want to make it an aioli and you eat like vegan, you can make it an aioli that way by adding in the vegan mayonnaise. I'm trying to stay away from as much fat as possible, so I'm ixnaying the oil. Okay, so I'm just going to put a big old scoop of that in there. And here's my lovely liquid amino acids. Some people use coconut amino. Some people, you could use soy sauce. They're all going to give it the same kind of flavor. Now that would be about a 1/4 cup. So that's a 1/4 cup of liquid amino. A liquid smoke is just to make it a little bit more smoky. So 3-4 drops tops. I'm gonna put in just a little red wine vinegar. And if I really want to go for gold here, I can add in some extra spices, or if you want more heat, some different types of peppers. Give it a good stir. And all we're going to do is put the tofu in there and marinate it for at least 30 minutes. The normal variation I would make of this would be a 1/4 cup of balsamic, about 2 tablespoons of liquid amino, or up to a 1/4 cup, depending if you like more balsamic taste or you want to mix it a little bit. I'm also going to throw in some fresh cut garlic because I love garlic and I put it in just about everything that I can get my hands on. So the balsamic, the amino, if you want it a little sweet, add a tablespoon or 2 of maple syrup. You can add any spices you want. I usually just throw in some garlic. Actually, a lot of garlic. Okay. So now I have a marinade. And if it needs more liquid, you can just add more liquid to it if it doesn't cover all of the tofu. No problem. Since this is not as firm as my normal tofu, I'm going to have to be very extra careful not to harm it or injure it, because it will just fall apart then. And then I'm going to air fry this after it's marinated for about 12 minutes, and about halfway through I'm going to turn it and flip it over to the other side. If you're baking it in the oven, that's fine. 350 for 40 minutes, 20 minutes in, flip it over so all the little edges get crispy. Because I want my marinade on everything, but I don't want to injure my tofu, I am not going to shake it, but I'm just going to roll around. Some people will, some recipes say put it in a plastic bag. I am trying to get away from all plastic use, so I try to use my glass bowls for everything. It's perfect for marinating. It does come with plastic tops, but obviously reusable. So we're going to check it. Everything is coated quite nicely, and we're just going to let that sit for 30 minutes. So while your air fryer or oven is heating, because I used firm instead of extra firm tofu, it took a couple of more minutes. So instead of my normal 12 to 14, this was 16 minutes today. And you see, it is nice and firm, not as firm as I would like it with the extra firm, but it's still doable and it's magically delicious. That is going to be perfect for my Chipotle bowl tonight. This is sitting here because while I was picking out my vegetables that are going to be steamed for my Buddha bowl tonight, I noticed I had some vegetables going bad, and I'm like, what am I going to do with these? And I juiced them, along with the stems from various things, like when I make a kale sandwich and I don't use the stems. I save the stems because I juice them. And then whatever's left over from the juicer, we have a compost pile. So I have almost zero waste here when it comes to my vegetables. I will show you a picture of my Buddha bowl somewhere in the comments when it's fully made. Until then, be well.